Welcome everyone, this is Chloe coming to you from Cousin DIY. Today I'm going to teach you a technique for making pom-poms. Let's get started. For starters, we're going to cut our pattern. The pattern that I've cut for today it's approximately 1/2 inch here to here, 3 1/4 inches from top to bottom, 3 1/4 inches from side to side, 1/4 inch separation here, and about 1 3/4 separation there. You can cut any size pattern that you want to make larger or smaller pom-poms. The next step is to cut out 2 pattern pieces. I'm using heavy stock paper, or you can use cardboard, as you see here. You can use cereal boxes. You can use anything, just as long as it's stiff, because you'll be wrapping floss or yarn around it. Next, we'll cut these out. These will be sandwiched together when we wrap our pom-poms, just like that. The next step is to cut about a 12-inch length of yarn or floss, whatever material you're using, or string even, I suppose, but you wrap a lot of string. And we're going to set that aside for right now. Now, another trick is to make your pom-pom thicker, faster. You can combine 2 pieces of yarn together and wrap them simultaneously. Or you can do single wrap. You'll just have to wrap more wraps to make a nice plump pom-pom. So I find it helpful. I know this sounds a little odd maybe, but if I put these skeins down rather than have them off to the side, it makes them the yarn come off the skein a little more evenly. To get started, we're going to pinch these 2 together. And we want to anchor the beginning by wrapping round and round so it holds that initial yarn and tail on. And the next thing is, you don't want to wrap too tightly. We're going to go all the way around here. Then we'll be going back and forth a few times. Don't wrap too tightly, or when you come to cut the pom-pom, it can make it difficult to get the scissors in. So I'm trying to keep the tension a little loose, but not terribly loose, if that makes sense. And we're going to wrap around. Okay, at this point, we're going to cut in between the 2 pattern pieces. The sharper your scissors are, the easier this will be. You're going to want to hold your thumb right at the base to try to hold all these pieces of yarn on here, and you can keep sliding your scissors up between the pattern pieces. Almost to the end. Okay, now once we get to the end, we are going to open, as you can see, I cut into my paper. You may have to make, depending on how many pom-poms you're making, you may have to cut a few sets of pattern pieces. At this point, we're taking the 12-inch length that we cut and we're going to slide that down into the two pattern pieces while we're holding tightly, we're going to try to catch those and we're going to come over. We're going to tie a knot and we are going to tug. Then we'll tie a double knot. We want that to be nice and secure. At this point, we'll pull off our pattern pieces. And we will tie one more knot to make this nice and secure. We have a nice plump pom-pom holding on to the tails of the 12-inch cord that you tied around. This is the time to trim your pom-pom. I find shaking it helps. You can trim it evenly. Doesn't have to be perfect, just so you're happy with it. There we have a beautiful, nice, plump pom-pom. Give me a minute to clean up my work surface and I'll be right back. Now you've learned this technique for making pom-poms. Next week, we'll be making a project with pom-poms. The project will take 20 pom-poms and we'll also use two 12 by 16 inch lengths of fabric. You may have some fabric hanging around. I would suggest that you make your pom-poms coordinate with the fabric. For your convenience, attached to this video is a link with the pattern that we used today to make these pom-poms. Thanks for joining us, and I hope we'll see you again next week. Take care and have a good week. Bye.